What up, y'all? What up, y'all? So we got an emergency live. We got an emergency live. Make sure y'all tap into this live and make sure y'all share this live, man. Make sure y'all tap into this live and make sure y'all share this live. We just exposed them. Bleacher Report just got exposed, y'all. Bleacher Report just got exposed. Make sure y'all share this live with whoever y'all know and let everybody tap into this live real quick. These people just got exposed. Make sure y'all tap into this live. Bleacher Report just got exposed for being a bunch of lying mother effers. I'm fired up for this one. Make sure y'all join this live. Let's get these likes up. Make sure y'all share this live and let's get into this one. I'm fired up on this one, man. I am fired up about these lying bastards. So make sure y'all join this live, man. We're not gonna let them do Kobe like that. We're not gonna let them do Kobe like that. We're not gonna let them do Kobe like that. Because I've been in like this days trying to figure out what's going on. And then something just happened where I figured out these a bunch of lying MFers. So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all get these likes up. We about to get into this live, man. We about to get into this live. This is gonna be a crazy one. We definitely exposing these people right now because they are lying. They are lying and they are actively trying to assassinate Kobe's legacy. I don't know what Kobe did to these guys. I don't know what Kobe Bryant did to these guys, but they just got exposed. I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds or so, and we're gonna get into it. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in. And make sure y'all share this live. Share this live with whoever you know. Whoever you know that's arguing on the behalf of Kobe or feel like Bleacher Report got it right, we exposing them. Let's give it 30 more seconds and we're gonna get into this live, man. Let's go. Kobe better than LeBron. That's a fact. That's what he did, Charles. No, we're gonna get into this one. Let's give it 20 more seconds. Mamba for life. Greetings from oh man, I can't remember the flag. I can't remember that flag. South Bend, Indiana. What up? Let's give it like 10, 15 more seconds and we're gonna get into this. Make sure y'all get them likes up and we're gonna get into this. I'm already sharing this with I just shared it with Rashard McCann and them. Because the line got to stop. So I was just watching. Let me get into it. Y'all going to share this as people come in. I was just watching an episode of Gills Arena. And they were doing a show called Gills Arena Battles Over the Top Players of the 2000s. Right? It's about a 40-minute segment. This is the show here. This one of the 2000s. So I'm going through the show and everybody's giving their ranking of who they ranked as the top 10 best players of the 2000s, that decade. So the first person goes is Brandon Jennings. He gives Tim Duncan, Kobe, and then the rest. Then I think Nick Young goes. He goes Kobe, Tim Duncan, or whoever else he said. No. Kenny Martin went. He had Kobe. Then Nick Young went. He had Kobe and Tim Duncan. Those were the ones that they was naming. Then they get to Rashard McCann. And shout out to Rashard McCann, man. Shout out to Rashard McCann. So Rashard McCann goes, number 1, Kobe number 8. Number 2, Kobe number 24. I want y'all to follow this. So Rashard is talking, right? And he goes, and Kobe was ranked the player, he was voted the player of the decade, right? And we had done a show about this like 2 weeks or so ago, or 3 weeks ago, where they ranked Kobe the player of the decade, and they were reacting to it on TNT with Shaq, Kenny Smith, and these guys. So I'm arguing with Gil, and I'm sending him a whole bunch of stuff like blah, 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 because of what they were saying about Kobe. So then I search on Google to see Kobe voted the player of the decade. And Google brings up this, and I'm going to get to the real thing. Just make sure y'all stick with me. Google brings up this. Kobe is widely considered the NBA player of the decade of the 2000s. This ain't it, but just read this. This is due to his numerous accolades, scoring prowess, and championship pedigree during that era. While other players like Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal were also dominant, Kobe's impact and individual achievements during the 2000s are often cited as reasons for his recognition as the player of the decade. Here's why Kobe is often regarded as the player of the decade: championships, scoring prowess, individual awards, dominance, legacy, and depth. So something tells me, scroll down a little bit down the page. Something tells me, scroll a little bit down the page. And what do I see, ladies and gentlemen? Let me share it in the comment section for you guys. So, matter of fact, I'm going to pin it. Look at what little old me found, written by Bleacher Report. Bleacher fucking Report wrote an article in 2018 saying Kobe Bryant was the player of the decade. I didn't say that. That's lying-ass Bleacher Report that said that in 2018. Now, I want to read what Bleacher Report had to say, because these are some lying motherfuckers. They are some lying bastards. All of them. Because I'm confused how they rank Kobe at 11 using metrics that they picked off of a chimpanzee's balls. But then, a few years later, it's the same Bleacher Report talking about he's not even a top 10 player of all time. So let's read what Bleacher Report said. I didn't say it. Let's read what Bleacher Report said. Let me pull up the article for you guys to expose these lying snakes. Let me read the article for y'all, just in case y'all think I'm capping. Written by Bryant D, 2018. Let me read. They even hating in the article as they wrote it. Listen to this. It pains me to write this article. That's how they start off the article. It pained them to write this article. Listen to this. As a diehard Portland Trailblazer fan, this is almost as hard as writing an article declaring get Greg Oden a bust. Luckily, I don't have to think about that article that needs to be written. But the truth must come out, so here we go. This is Bleacher Report. Let's get these likes up and let's share it with as many people as we can. Because we all knew Bleacher Report were dead wrong for ranking Kobe. We all knew this. But we don't spend time arguing the fact in the past of thinking of Kobe was great, because we already knew it. So we forgot what these MFers were saying. Let me continue with this. This is from Bleacher Report. For the new people coming into this live, this is an article. Oh, shout out to my man, Rashard McCann. He in alive. Shout out to him. Because it was what he said on Gills Arena that got me going. Look at this by Bleacher Report. Kobe Bryant, NBA player of the decade. Then it starts off, it pains me to write this article. Then we continue on. What does it say? During the upcoming NBA All-Star Game, TNT is announcing their all-decade selection, including their pick for player of the decade. There is no question that this distinction belongs to Kobe Bryant. What that say? What does this say right here? Who wrote this article? Was it not Bleacher Report? It's something I've never thought I would write. They was openly mad. They was openly mad that they even had to give Son his flowers. They were mad about it. This was after Kobe retired. You know what these niggas be saying? Oh, well, after Kobe tore his Achilles and his career started going down, well, yeah, that really hurt him. That really hurt him. Well, they wrote this article in 2018, 2 years after he retired. Look at what it says. It's something I never thought I'd write. I spent years arguing that Kobe fans are among the most obnoxious and delusional of sports worshipers. When they proclaim that number 24 is already greater player than number 23, or when they dismiss all of Kobe's flaws as irrelevant hearsay, I still think they come across as brainwashed cult members. What NBA article you ever heard they wrote about talking about LeBron James like this? What Bleacher Report article can you show me where you have a writer speaking this way about LeBron James? What article can y'all show me where they got this much venom for a player like Kobe? Because now y'all gonna understand why they ranked them, because they all lying. They all lying. So let me continue on. It says, that being said, Kobe Bryant is still the player of the decade in the NBA. The only other realistic candidates are Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James, as great as he is, will have to wait another fucking decade. This is Bleacher Report. They're saying this. They said, as great as LeBron is, he will have to wait another decade. But I thought you dudes said LeBron was the best player since he got into the NBA. I thought this was the same Bleacher Report that you got all of these twerking ass LeBron fans who be beating their meat to LeBron highlights in the comment section, posting Bleacher Report got LeBron rank here. Bleacher Report got LeBron rank number 2. Look at what these guys said. Well, this is what they saying right here. They said he got to wait to the next decade. Let me keep reading. All three candidates have won regular season and NBA Finals MVPs. If we consider the 21st century to have started in the year 2000, as most people do, then Duncan has 3 rings and Shaq and Kobe have 4 each. Now, Shaq and Duncan have been dominant at times. O'Neal probably had the greatest single season of the decade in 2000. That year, he was arguably the most dominant player I've ever seen. Not the greatest, but the most dominant. Let's continue on. It says, and you can make an argument that Tim Duncan has been consistently great for his entire career. His impact on the outcome of any given game is immeasurable. Perhaps only Bill Russell has ever been more quietly effective at controlling a basketball game. However, Kobe has to be the winner for a number of reasons. Mind you, my reasons aren't going to be the same for those as diehard Kobe fans. I'm not going to say he was secretly the best player on those title teams. I'm not going to say it's because Kobe scored 81 points in a game or 62 in 3 quarters. That's largely irrelevant in my book. It says, no, Kobe Bryant is the player of the decade quite simply because he has been the best player of the decade. This is Bleacher Report. This is Bleacher Report that wrote this. Not me. It's Bleacher Report. A guy, ask yourself a question. How can a player that's a player of a decade not be a top 10 player? How many years has the NBA been around? Let's go through it together, boys and girls. How many years, how many decades has the NBA been in existence? How many? Well, they just celebrated their 75th year. So what, less than 80? Around 80 years? So you're telling me out of those 80 years that this league has existed, one guy was the best for 10. Think about what these jokers is. He was the best for 10 of those years. But somehow, some way, he doesn't make the top 10. Let's make sense of this together. This is why people are pissed off. Because they know on his face is BS. They know that this is a hit piece against Kobe. Who is paying Bleacher Report to do this? Who is making these people go after Kobe's legacy? I wonder. Who are these people that are on a witch hunt against a dead man that cannot even defend himself? Who are these people? Step up to the front so we can see you. Y'all are more hidden than people on the Epstein list. We need to know who you are. Who are these snakes in the background that are slithering, that are trying to tarnish Kobe Bryant's legacy? Who are they? So let me continue on with this report. It then says, if you poll current or former NBA players, they will almost unanimously select Kobe as the best. You know who I want to get on this live, man? I want to get Gilbert Arenas on this live. I want to get Gilbert Arenas on this live. That's who I want to get on this live. That is who I want to get on. He lucky he busy. That's who I want to get on this live. Because he was the one defending this. All of the LeBron fans, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all still quoting Bleacher Report? Dreamers Pro still hating? Is Dreamers Pro still hating? Is Dreamers Pro still hating? For all the people that were running around saying, oh, man, you don't want to deal with reality, man. You don't want to deal with reality. You just a diehard Kobe fan. You don't want to let it go. You don't want to let it go. What's the line that they said? Ladies and gentlemen, what's the line? Kobe only started getting ranked higher when he passed away. Wasn't that the line? Weren't they trying to say, no, Kobe really wasn't that great? What happened was he passed away and then people felt sorry for him. And when they felt sorry for him, that's when they started ranking him high. As if to say, had it not been for his sympathy that people felt when he died, he wasn't that great. Well, folks, we're going to read this article again for the new people. Bleacher Report, June 7, 2018, written by Bryant D. Kobe Bryant named Player of the Decade. Let me continue where I left off. It said, let me get to this part. If you poll current or former NBA players, they will almost unanimously select Kobe as the best player in the league. He may not quite be Michael Jordan good, but he's Kobe Bryant good, and that's really, really good. Seriously, if the only real criticism you can throw at Kobe is that he's not quite Michael Jordan, that's pretty much a compliment. Second of all, Kobe has managed to add to the requisite hardware. It's one thing for everybody to consider you the best player in the NBA when your team is mediocre. Think of Michael Jordan in '87. Everyone knew he was better than everybody else, but Magic and Larry were still unchallenged kings of the NBA because they were in the NBA Finals every year. Let me continue on. 2 seasons ago, I would have said Shaq or Duncan were the players of the decade. Shaq had added a 4th ring in 2006. Duncan did the same in 2007. In the meantime, Kobe's Lakers were struggling to make the playoffs. Since then, to both his and the Lakers' credit, Kobe went on to win a regular season MVP, a finals MVP, and another championship. In the professional sport, this kind of thing matters. There's a reason why Joe Montana was the player of the 1980s in the NFL rather than Dan Marino. He won rings. Let's continue on. Even though Kobe won 3 titles earlier in the decade, those were Shaq's teams. Kobe fans will argue this, but as a Blazer fan who watched every minute of the 2000 Finals, Western Conference Finals, I can tell you that Shaq was the player the Blazers fans feared. There was just no answer for him. To be fully appreciated, Kobe needed to add that hardware. He needed to win a title as the man. Once he did that, he jumped ahead of Duncan and Shaq because now he was not just the best player, he was a true MVP. So I'm trying to figure this out. All of these idiotic, moronic, meat-beating LeBron fans who rub honey on each other's booties all night long were coming in the comment section of the video. Oh, man, you just really mad because Bleacher Report, they didn't rank Kobe in the top 10. They didn't rank Kobe in the top 10. Not knowing, because they don't know nothing, They don't know nothing that this same company had already ranked Kobe as the player of the decade. So let's go through this together, boys and girls. Bleacher Report, this same dumbass company that had a top 10 that was comprised of Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I think Magic Johnson, Shaq, or Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, I think Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Stephen Curry. I forgot the other guy. They left off the guy. They left off the guy that they named. They named the player of the decade. And the reason they did it, because they had to come up with something to make Clutch Sports happy, was that, Kobe Bryant, what's the reason that they wrote? Let me read the reason for y'all right now, because they got the reason. The reason that they left Kobe out of the top 10 was because of this. Let me read it. Let me show y'all. There's no question that for most of the 2 decades, he was amongst the very best players in the world. Now he went from being the best to now amongst the best. Then they said, get this. Well, amongst best player in the world. He said, best player in the world. But amongst the best and the best are 2 different things. Kobe never led the league in box plus minus or player efficiency rating. For most of his career, Kobe wasn't wearing the NBA's best player championship belt. Excuse me, that's not what you said in 2018 Bleacher Report. And help me figure this out, Bleacher Report. Didn't y'all already know about plus minus and all of that? So if y'all didn't think it was relevant then, why y'all think it's relevant now? But forget that. You guys said he was better than Tim Duncan and Shaq, but how come he didn't make your top 10 list? I wish I could get Gilbert Arenas on the phone. I really, man, can I get Gil on the phone here? Let me see if I'm just gonna bother him. Hey, Gil, are you there? We need some answers, bro. We need some answers. Let me see. Answers, bro. Let me see if he'll respond. Let me see if he'll respond. I'm looking for the people that were pumping up this Bleacher Report because bro, the reason everybody said the list was stupid, newsflash, was because it was stupid. The reason that people thought the list was dumb, guess what? Do you know why? It's because it was dumb. They lost all credibility by removing Kobe Bryant off of the top. They destroyed their credibility. But what I think they weren't aware of was that they had already published an article stating Kobe was a top 10 player. That's what Bleacher Report wrote. Let me continue on with this article. Hold on, man. There's proof. If further proof proves Kobe will live forever, very dope live. Appreciate. That's Rashard McCann, man. I had to share the article with him. I'm trying to get Gil, but I can't find him. He the one I want to get on this live. He the one I want to get on this live. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get Gil on the live, man. No, he not answering right now, so I'm not going to bother him. I'm not going to bother him. Let me continue on with this live, man. So let me read where I left off. For the new people that just joined the live, Bleacher Report that ranked Kobe out of their top 10. Looks like we found out that they some capping ass mofos. Look at what they said about Kobe in 2018. Look at what they said. Kobe Bryant named Player of the Decade. Who wrote this? Well, please, can you look at the name, please? Who wrote this? It's Bleacher Report, right? That's Bleacher Report. Now let me continue on. I want to continue on with this article. Let me continue on what it said. He won the rings. Okay. Now, here it goes. Now, you could be clinical and credit Kobe's ability to achieve all of this to the addition of Pau Gasol and the improvement of Andrew Bynum. Those things were true, but that's how things work in the NBA. It's a team sport. The thing that impressed me the most about Kobe in his final is that his MVP wasn't simply a makeup call after he should have won it earlier. Okay, at least they're admitting that too. Nor was it a lifetime achievement award. On the contrary, Kobe actually improved as a player and a teammate during the past 2 seasons. That brings me to the most amazing thing about Bryant. And the one thing that might give him the edge, even over Michael Jordan, his ability to add more facets to his game every year. It continues on. Now, obviously, Magic, Michael, Larry, other great players have all done the same thing before. Jordan famously added a post-up game and blah, blah, blah. He worked on the shot, but Kobe has carried this further than any player I have ever seen. He's not only perfected Jordan's Cobra-like drive and strike, dribbling style, and turnaround fadeaway, he added Magic's Junior Skyhook, McHale and Hakeem's up and under move, George Gervin's finger roll, Tim Hardaway's crossover, Tim Duncan's bank shot, Reggie Miller's flailing leg three-point form, and Clyde Drexler's hand-switching spin move. And he seemed to be able to do this all with either hand. Let's continue on. Kobe is not afraid to steal moves from anybody, and this is a good thing. When he decided he needed a better post-up game, he asked Hakeem Olajuwon to work with him. Problem solved. Of course, this leads to my biggest criticism of Kobe. He was not original. When he came into the league, he was like a Michael Jordan tribute band. Over time, he branched out and is now one of those bands who can play everything from ABBA to Zeppelin, and he's still a cover band. And it goes on and on and on and on. Bleacher Report played you people for Boo Boo the Fool. I have exposed them for being a bunch of lying mother effers, which is what they are. So anybody that is trying to give any kind of validity to this list, understand they are playing you for a fool. They are playing you for a fool. And if you believe in them, you are a fool. People are arguing, man, you know, they're using metrics, man. The metrics, the metrics, the metrics, the metrics. What metrics? Where did they mention any metrics in what they were talking about right here? Everything this guy is talking about is based off of what he saw. You know, you got to watch basketball to understand these things. You know, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. So now they came up with a stupid stat called plus minus and all of this, and now all of a sudden that takes away Kobe Bryant's greatness? Is that what y'all telling me? Well, Magic Johnson never led the NBA in plus minus. He's a top 10 player. He's a top 10 player. Kobe Bryant is the most clutch player to ever play basketball. He has the most game winners in NBA history. Playoffs and regular season combined. It's him. It's him. So where are all the people that were quoting Bleacher Report? Where y'all at? I can't find them in the comments no more. I can't find them. You had bitch-ass Suzette. His bitch ass. Talking about, oh, man, you know, Dreamers Pro, he bugging. Where you at, Suzette? Where you at? With your bitch ass, where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Suzette? I tried to rock with you, but then I realized you was a sucker. Do you know how I know you're a sucker, Suzette? Because you were making fun jokes about, oh, Charles is living in a tree. He's Nigerian, and he's living in a tree, and he's living in a tree, and he's living in a hut, and blah, 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 blah. Making all of these racist jokes, right? Making all of these racist jokes. Then I asked Suzette, where are you from? He goes, I'm born in New York. No, where's your family from? But they're from Haiti. But then invite somebody on his show from the Caribbean that has a Caribbean accent and starts making fun of the person with a Caribbean accent. That's like me inviting an African on, or not African, a Ghanaian or a Nigerian or whoever, a West African on this show and start laughing at his accent. That's how bitch ass Suzette is. That's Suzette. That's him. He's laughing at somebody with an accent from the islands, but his family's from the islands. Suzette, that's my daughter. If some of y'all know who that is, y'all know who that is. For those of y'all who don't know, that's my daughter, Suzette. You asking who that is, that's my daughter, Suzette. He's not even my son, that's my daughter. For those of y'all who know, you know. That's not my son, he's my daughter, Suzette. He's not even man enough to be my son, he's my daughter, Suzette. Suzette. So I'm looking for all of these beings that was running around quoting Bleacher Report. Where y'all at? Where would all these niggas at? I'm looking for y'all. Where y'all at? Where they at? They was over here running around beating their meat to that Bleacher Report top 100 because they saw their man LeBron on. They really think LeBron is a son. They lying to you. They're lying to you, my dude. The whole thing is cap. They just said Kobe was the player of the decade from 2000 to 2010. Okay, cool. So he got those 10 years. Cool. Then LeBron come in 2003. Well, he wasn't effing with none of them dudes when he came into the NBA. He wasn't effing with Shaq and AI and T-Mac and Kobe. So when was LeBron the best player in the NBA actually? This is the real question we got to ask. When was LeBron the best player in basketball actually? What year? You see, now we're going to get to the nitty gritty, and I'm using Bleacher Report's facts. These ain't my facts. This ain't bitch-ass Suzette's facts. We're using what Bleacher Report said. For the new people that just came into the live, maybe y'all don't know, I'm gonna maybe finish the article. I might not finish the article depending on how I'm feeling. Y'all was rocking with Bleacher Report. Some of y'all that thought that they were saying something. Let me break it down for y'all. What that say? What that say right here? This is from who? Bleacher Report. What that say? Kobe Bryant, NBA Player of the Decade. June 7, 2018. Written by Bleacher Report. This is the same Bleacher Report that turned around a few years later and said Kobe not a top 10 player, but said said he was the best player in the decade and he was better than Shaq and Tim Duncan. But they got Shaq and Tim Duncan in a top 10, but they removed Kobe. I'm beginning to wonder, yo, Clutch, you see y'all the ones doing this? Clutch, y'all the ones doing this? Rich Paul, you the one doing this? Clutch Sports, y'all the ones doing this? Y'all don't like Kobe? What happened? He banged one of your side chicks or something? Y'all don't like him? What Kobe did to y'all? What happened? What Kobe did to y'all? What's up? Your girl was looking at him? What happened? What happened? Y'all don't like Kobe? What's up? What Kobe did to y'all? What did he do to y'all? What's up with all this hate? What's up with all of these NBA dudes? All of a sudden, now they on Kobe level. Where was all of this when he was here? This is why a lot of us Kobe fans are so perplexed at what is going on right now. You listen to dudes talk about Kobe that was never effing with him. All of these dudes talking about Kobe wasn't effing with him on the court. None of them. And the only dudes that was messing with him in terms of his level, always give him his love. Shaq is one of them. You got dudes that was all below Kobe when he played, all hating on him. All of them. Even D Wade jumped out the window, which shocked me. Talking about, man, Kobe should have never won that finals MVP. Really? Really? I done seen you and Kobe running around everywhere. You ever told him that? Did you call him up and be like, yo, son, after you won that, I know you just won your 5th ring. Like, I know you did that, but you got to give it up to Powell. Like, Powell deserved that. You ever told him that on the phone? You ever let him know that on the phone? Because I'm trying to figure out where was all of these comments when he was playing. So, Bleacher Report names Kobe the player of the decade. I'm going to read through it again. They already said he better than Shaq. They already said he better than Tim Duncan. So, I'm trying to figure this out. If Kobe was the player of the decade from 2000 to 2010, LeBron came into the NBA in 2003. When did LeBron become the best player in the NBA? When? Because he wasn't the best player from 03 to 2010. So that decade does not belong to him. So when did he become the best player in the NBA? 2011? Can you make an argument for LeBron being the best player in the NBA in 2011 after he peed in his pants in the finals? How you going to say LeBron became the best player in the NBA in 2009 when he got his son? They opened his ass in the finals, bro. You don't get to be the best player in the NBA playing like straight. I can't even cuss on here. So it wasn't no damn. Nobody talking about no damn LeBron James as the best player. Go pull up the clip of LeBron saying Kobe was the best player in the NBA in 2009. LeBron fans, stop capping. Y'all cap so much. No wonder y'all LeBron fans, y'all cap just because like him, always lying. Even he said Kobe was the best player in the world in 2009 on a 60 Minutes interview. Stop lying. Y'all are always forever lying. Forever and ever lying. LeBron became the best player. He was supposed to become the best player in 2011. Realistically, he became the best player in 2012. And then it became between him. And LeBron's reign lasted from 2012 to what? 2018, I would say. 2012 to 2018. Because 19, you had Giannis. You had Kawhi was doing his thing. Then right after that came Joker. Right after that came Joker. And then you had Curry in there. You had Curry in. That's why I'm laughing. Like, Curry? Stephen Curry? Bro, let me ask y'all a question. If Kobe's not a top 10 player, explain this to me. Explain this to me. This was posted today. How is Kobe Bryant the greatest Laker ever, but he's not a top 10 player? LeBron fans, y'all got exposed today. It's over. So all of y'all that thought y'all was doing something with this Bleacher Report list, oh, Dreamers Pro, oh, you heard, they disrespecting Kobe. They're not disrespecting Kobe. They're lying about Kobe. That's what they're doing. They're not disrespecting him. They're lying. That's the fundamental difference. They're lying on a dead man that cannot defend himself. That's what they're doing. And I haven't heard the NBA community of greats say anything. The only person I heard speak up for Kobe was Shaq. Somebody said, crash and I'll take the L. There is no L. There is no L. There is no L. The L is that they've been fooling you, some of you guys, because they know you guys drink honey at night. So for the people that just came into the live, let me share for y'all, please. Please, what does it say? Kobe Bryant named the player of the decade, according to Bleacher Report. Folks, let's continue on, please. Listen to this. During the upcoming NBA All-Star game, it says, there is no question that the distinction belongs to Kobe Bryant. Let me continue on. It says, that being said, Kobe is the best player of the decade. The only other realistic candidates are Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James, as great as he is, will have to wait another decade. LeBron fans, where y'all at? LeBron fans, where y'all at? Y'all really thought y'all was doing something. Well, LeBron fans, where y'all at? The list was so stupid that you even had people online reacting to it, trying to make sense out of nonsense. Well, I can understand what Bleacher Report is saying. I can absolutely get it. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, you can make a legitimate argument that, yeah, I get it. I absolutely get it. You had people trying to intellectualize stupidity. I saw some of the podcasts doing it. Well, I can understand it. I mean, I can understand. Do you know what they were doing? They were basing it off of the logic of Bleacher Report. Now we find out they already ranked him as a player of the decade. And they even said, LeBron, you got to wait the next decade. So, Bleacher Report has been exposed. They are a clickbaiting company. They created that list to clickbait people for engagement. They don't believe what they're saying. And what I want to know is, who is paying these people to disrespect the legacy of Kobe? What? I don't know what this guy's talking about. So who's paying them to disrespect Kobe's legacy? Who? I've exposed them. It's over. I don't know how this video gonna go viral, but please share this video. Share this video. Share this video with whoever you know. Appreciate the super. Share it, because Bleacher Report just got exposed. They just got exposed. Somebody said, F that Kobe list. Where's the Epstein list? Bro, that's a whole different other conversation. That list ain't never coming out. That list is never coming out. It's never coming out. And if you think it's a Republican or Democratic thing, you're living on the moon. So they need to ship you to Saturn, because Earth life clearly defeated you. Earth life defeated you. If you believe that, it's not the Republicans, the Democrats. It's not the Democrats, the Republicans. You're an idiot. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're still living in a simulation. The reason this list will not come out is because it will expose everybody, both Republicans and Democrats. The easiest proof of this is, have you never asked yourself why they never prosecute former presidents who commit war crimes and do it? You ever ask yourself that question? When a new president comes in, why they never go after the former president and seek jail time for them? Do you know why?